This video is for if you're going into Algebra 2 Gifted. This is to help you with your summer packet. Not really a reteaching of everything, but more a refresher on everything, so that while you're working through your packet, hopefully it's not as much a chore, but it really is reviewing you so that you remember this stuff a whole lot better when we begin Algebra 2. So let's take a look at this. This first one, we're solving equations. We want to simplify both sides, so that's what we need to do first. I've got a negative 56k minus 40. On this side, I'm distributing in the 8. I've got 5k plus 8k minus 40. If we combine like terms, I've got a negative 53k minus 40 equals, so it's a negative 5k. Negative 5k plus 8k gives us 3k minus 40. If I get all my k's to one side, I've got negative 56k minus 40 equals a negative 40. When I add 40 to both sides to get the term with k by itself, well, I've got a negative 56k equal to 0. What times a negative 56 equals 0? Well, we see that when we divide both sides by a negative 56, k must be 0. On number 2, yes, we've got decimals, but it's really the same thing. We just want to deal with these decimals the same way we deal with anything else. You can use a calculator to make it really faster. Of course, we don't need to use a calculator with these. We should know decimal operations by hand also. So we've got negative 5.2 times 6.4. Negative times a positive gives us a negative 33.28. Negative 5.2 times a positive 2.3 gives us a negative 11.96x. When we distribute the negative 7.9 times 5.2x, we get a negative 41.08x, and a negative times a negative gives us a positive. 7.9 times 0.4 gives a positive 3.16, and this all equals 57.396. Combine like terms, our constants, negative 33.28 plus 3.16 gives us a negative 30.12. When we combine our terms with x, we've got a negative 11.96 minus 41.08, giving us a negative 53.04. All this still equals 57.396. Sorry, I left out the x. Don't forget your x. We want to add 30.12 to both sides to get our term with x by itself, and we're left with negative 53.04x equals 30.12 plus 87.516. When we divide both sides by a negative 53.04, positive divided by a negative gives us a negative 1.65. All right, for this final one, again, we're dealing with something besides whole numbers or integers. We've got fractions, but we know how to deal with fractions. first we're simply distributing in a negative. We have a negative 2/3 r minus 2. Here we distribute in the 30 over 7, and we have 30 over 7r plus 150 over 21. If we get all the terms with r on the same side, I'm going to subtract 30 over 7r from both sides. When we do that, we've got our negative 2/3, and we are subtracting 30 over 7. As a fraction, this is a negative 104 over 21r. Still minus 2 equals 150 over 21. When we add 2 to both sides, we're going to have that negative 104 over 21r all by itself now. And this equals our 150 over 21 plus 2, which as a fraction is 64 over 7. Final step, divide both sides by this negative 104 over 21. Getting our r all by itself. We can keep, change, flip here. Do this real quick. And a negative divide, a positive divided by a negative gives us a negative 24 over 13. So let's move on. Great. Now we want to solve this equation by factoring. So the first thing is we need to get it to equal 0. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. I've got x squared plus 11x plus 24 equals 0. Now we want to factor this quadratic. Leading coefficient is 1, so we can simply say what two numbers multiply to give us 24, add to get us 11. This is a positive 8 and a positive 3. To solve this quadratic, we can use our zero product property. We set both these factors equal to 0. X plus 8 equals 0, and x plus 3 equals 0. And when we solve these, x equals both a negative 8 and a negative 3. This next one we want to simplify and state the excluded value. Well, again, we can factor the numerator of this fraction to be x minus 1 times x plus 5, and it is all over x minus 1. The x minus 1's actually cancel out. This all actually equals x minus 5. But to state the excluded values, we need to set our original denominator equal to 0. So we set x minus 1 equal to 0. We solve this to find out that when x is 1, our denominator is 0. That is bad. So x plus 5 is our simplified expression where x cannot equal a positive 1. So this is our simplified expression with our excluded values. We definitely want to be able to graph a line. This is solved for y, so it is in y equals mx plus b slope-intercept form. Our intercept is an understood 0. So we're starting at 0, and our slope is 2/3, meaning we're going to go up 2 and over 3. We could do the same thing in the opposite direction. Down 2 over 3. Connect these points with a straight line, and we've graphed the line.